It also has really improved my relationship with my ex-wife. Before all this happened, we had a very confrontational relationship. And since this has happened, I don't know if it's me being more at peace or her coming to terms with things, but her relationship has been much better too. So that's been a blessing. My own children, this experience I think has affected them deeply. They're doing very well, and I think they recognize the prognosis, but they also recognize my peace and my hope and the confidence I put in God. I think this has really helped them as well. So it has affected them deeply. Certainly the witnessing to others and the unique perspective, which I just touched on, and people are looking for the peace and the joy, that has been profound. And again, I think, I don't think of it as a why me, but it's why not me. And I think the most significant things are yet to come. God is so big. I guess I never realized before how big he is, but as he's moved in my life, I've come to realize, as has my fiancée Gail, that he's just so big. It's beyond we can even comprehend. And so I just wanted to comment on that as well. That's pretty much it.
Lee, can you...
It hasn't all been peaches and cream, though. I mean, when I was in the hospital, and it was a tough time. I mean, I wasn't thinking clearly. I was paralyzed on my left side. Pastor Mike came and saw me a few times, and it was a tough time. I mean, I trusted God. I never yielded that. But there was a time when I was questioning, what the future held. And it was a scary time. And even talking to Mike, I was questioning, is God punishing me for something? Did I do something wrong, maybe, that this is a kind of a punishment? I was also questioning my relationship with my fiance, and if that was a direction that I really needed to go. I honestly, I felt like maybe I was pulling her into something that she didn't need to be pulled into, and I felt I was being selfish by holding on to that relationship. And I actually, at one point, kind of asked her to pull away, and it hurt her deeply because she stuck with me through everything. So there was a time when it was very difficult, and I guess I just had to trust God through that time and find my way through it. But truly the blessings have abounded on the other side. As deep as I was down here, when I gave it up to God and trusted him, it has come tenfold, 100-fold on top. And so I guess I would encourage you that even in the depths of despair and discouragement, you got to let go and trust God. As a matter of fact, the Streams in the Desert book that I alluded to, which is just a great, it's just a great devotional. It's 365 readings and one a day. And this is the one that Gail and I have been using. And the words have been just carrying exactly into what it is that we need. But faith is being certain of what we do not see. And, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but basically, commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will do this. He will never work until we commit. Faith is receiving, or even more actually appropriating the gifts that God offers us. You have to commit. I mean, the Lord said, faith of the mustard seed can move a mountain. And you just have to let go and let God. And I think until you have the perspective of just how big God is, he's so big and so powerful that we can't fathom it. I think that's one of our problems as human beings, is we feel like we have to take God and pull him down. We elevate ourselves. We think of ourselves as being gods, frankly, and we just can't do that. he's so big. He's so much bigger than we can fathom, and so it's incomprehensible. So we need to let go of that misconception that we even have any idea of what he's doing. Just trust in him completely. Every day is an adventure. I used to say, yesterday is a mystery, and yesterday's history, and tomorrow's a mystery. Seize the day, carpe diem, and live life for today, and be full of joy and peace and contentment, and just trust God, even when the circumstances are against you, because it's during the times of trial that we grow spiritually, and our faith is stretched. And you have to thank God for those trials, and thank God for all the things that he does in your life, because even the bad things that we perceive as bad ultimately are going to work for the good of those who know him and love him and trust him. Is that better? I'm not exactly sure what God has planned for the future, but I do know that the best is yet to come. And I guess to summarize, I feel like I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what God's plan is. Let go, let God. But I'm going to continue to go down this road and see what happens. And whatever happens, I feel like I'm in a win-win situation. So whatever happens, happens. And I'm hopeful and prayerful, but I think the best is yet to come. I think God is going to use this to affect others and hopefully call more people to Jesus. And so we'll see what happens. But I feel pretty confident and pretty hopeful. Thank you very much for your time. We're all looking mortality dead in the eye, whether we want to admit it or not. The fact is, every time you get into a car, you're rolling the dice. And regardless of your circumstances, it's God's plan. I joke and say, we all want to go to heaven, we just don't want to go Thursday. You don't see people standing in line saying, all right, I'm ready to go to heaven. But maybe we should. I mean, that's ultimately where we want to go. I mean, God's plan is perfect, and the butterfly is not saying, I want to go back to be a caterpillar. How's that?